Welcome to the MetaMask permissions demo. Before we start, please keep in mind that this is a developer demo and that we're still designing appropriate patterns and abstractions for end users. We're keeping the console open so you can get a sense of what's going on behind the scenes. You'll see errors or the names of RPC methods and their return responses. We will use this sample dApp to showcase our new permission system. For the purposes of this demo, we've added a dummy user profile to MetaMask and permissions for reading and writing to it. We see that the dApp wants us to log in, which means giving the dApp the permissions it needs to function. So, let's request the permissions. In the pop-up, we get a list of human-readable descriptions of the requested permissions. Under the hood, the permissions correspond to Ethereum RPC methods, or wallet-specific RPC methods. In this case, view accounts corresponds to ETH accounts, while read from and write to your profile correspond to methods we created for demonstration purposes. We'll go ahead and accept the request. After approving the requested permissions, we see that the dApp can access our chosen account and read our user profile. We can write to the profile to change it. Now, if we don't want the dApp to be able to change our profile any longer, we can stop it from doing so from the permission settings page. Here, we can see in detail all permissions we've granted. Let's revoke the write profile permission. Now, when we try to write to the profile, we get an error. In the console, we see that it's a 4100 unauthorized error. This follows the Ethereum provider error codes proposed in EIP 1193. Before continuing, let's refresh to get rid of the error. You may have noticed that permissions are associated with DNS host names. This means that permissions are unique per dApp, and we can be connected to different dApps with different accounts simultaneously. Let's see this in action with a locally hosted version of the dApp. Again, we'll go ahead and request the necessary permissions. Here, to give you an idea of what the system can do, we've added a permission to send transactions on the user's behalf. To be clear, this permission is for demonstration purposes only. If we ever add something like it, it would include additional security measures, such as a prompt, a spending limit, a timeout, or a cryptographic challenge. I'll select account 2 and grant the permissions. Note that we're now connected to two different dApps with two different accounts at the same time. In fact, if we open the permission settings page, we can confirm that this is the case. Now, let's go ahead and send 1 ETH to account 1. In the console, you'll see a placeholder name for the RPC method that you can safely ignore. And our transaction was confirmed. You'll note that there was no confirmation pop-up for any of this. Again, a permission like this would ship with additional security measures to restrict the kinds of transactions that the dApp is allowed to send. Now that we've sent some ETH, I want to revoke the permissions I granted to these dApps. I'll just go ahead and reopen the settings page. And revoke all permissions. Our business concluded. We're back to where we started. That does it for this demo. Please check out the links in the video description for more information, including how to participate in our developer beta for this feature. Thanks for watching.